Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Miami Heat fans have already found their Jimmy Butler meme of choice for this season. It is the new form of taunting or praising their favorite teams or athletes. It has taken on a new life since the crying Jordan thing became, well, a thing. It's only July, but the Miami Heat fans probably have their meme for Jimmy Butler this season. The best part is it can be used after wins or losses. Below is a video of man singing in a car. He has a strong resemblance to Jimmy Butler, so Heat fans are already on it. The man is vibing to Tommy Richmond's $1 Million Baby track. I had to Google the chorus because this is definitely beyond my music era. Here are the lyrics courtesy of Lyric Find. The Heat failed to make Butler more of $1 Million Baby this offseason. He reportedly wanted a max extension, but apparently the sides were unable to reach an agreement. Instead, Butler becomes a free agent next summer. The Heat have been relatively quiet during the free agency period, but at least stuff like this keeps us busy in the summer. Miami Heat insider reveals the one big reason why the team will not get a star player this offseason. It's 3 days into 2024 NBA free agency and the Miami Heat are left behind, especially as the Philadelphia 76ers and the New York Knicks have retooled their rosters, while the Boston Celtics managed to maintain their championship-winning core. As it stands, the Miami Heat have only re-signed Kevin Love on a 2-year deal, while they've added Keshad Johnson, Zion Pullen, and Drew Smith to 2-way contracts and acquired Kel'el Ware and Pelle Larsson via this summer's NBA draft. Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald revealed the Miami Heat have yet to make a big swing this summer because of Pat Riley being selective in negotiations. Miami has made either no effort or little effort to acquire several players who might have helped in recent years because of off-court baggage, questions about their coachability or their contracts, Jackson wrote in his column. The Heat decided not to try to acquire Beal last summer because of his no-trade clause, according to the Heat. The Heat were hesitant to aggressively pursue Irving when Brooklyn made him available, and a person directly involved with Kyle Lowry said the Heat assured Kyle Lowry, 2 years ago, that he would not be traded for Irving, he added. Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald added that the Miami Heat are keen on getting free agent Demar Derozan amid reported mutual interest. The 6-time NBA All-Star is one of the best shot creators in the league, averaging 24.0 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game on 48% shooting during the 2023-24 campaign for the Chicago Bulls. However, the only way for them to sign Derozan is through the team's $5.2 million taxpayer mid-level exception or a minimum contract, and the 34-year-old forward isn't expected to take a massive pay cut. DeMar DeRozan eyeing team-up with former Bulls star in free agency, report. Chicago Bulls star DeMar DeRozan is open to joining former franchise cornerstone and fellow 6-time All-Star Jimmy Butler on the Miami Heat in free agency, per the Miami Herald's Barry Jackson on July 2. Butler spent his first 6 NBA seasons in Chicago. There is a significant roadblock, though. Bleacher Report's Chris Haynes said on the This League Uncut podcast on July 2 that he could not see DeRozan accepting the non-taxpayer mid-level exception. Lakers and Heat have only the smaller $5.2 million exception, not nearly enough for DeMar at this point, and Lakers have that $5.2 only if LeBron James takes less than a max deal, Jackson posted on X on July 2. Lakers in better position than Heat to execute sign and trade for DeRozan, because LeBron can work with Lakers on a salary to facilitate trade with Bulls. Teams over first apron can't do sign and trades. Heat is well above. Lakers' position rests on what LeBron agrees to accept in salary. DeRozan's time with the Bulls has headed toward divorce with a lack of communication and the trade sending Alex Caruso to the Oklahoma City Thunder and the heart of the veteran's desire to move on, per the Chicago Sun-Times' Joe Cowley on July 1. It is a stark pivot from the rhetoric on both sides during the season. Derozan's tone changed after the Bulls lost to the Heat in the second round of the play-in tournament for the second year in a row. He insisted that he wanted to remain with the Bulls. But he also voiced his frustration with missed opportunities. The Bulls have made the playoffs once in Derozan's 3 years with the team. Bulls Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations Arturas Karnisova's tone also changed. After insisting that Derozan was an integral part of their plan during his season-ending press conference in April, Karnisova's was far more open-ended in his remarks following the 2024 draft. The trade for Giddey was the final straw for Derozan, per Cowley. However, finances are just one of the hurdles Derozan is facing to find a new home. Derozan's return to the Bulls remains an option, per Karnisova's. But it appears highly unlikely given the current state of their contract talks. Numerous reports have now surfaced about a lack of any negotiations while the Bulls dealt with other matters. "I would consider Derozan's relationship with the Bulls frozen," Haynes told co-host Mark Stein. Antarctica. But Derozan's past sentiments could also catch up with him in free agency. "I remember a couple of years ago, Demar, he was led to be that he was going to be a Laker before he signed his deal with the Chicago Bulls. Something happened last minute." Demar has always whenever he's talked about it, he never gives too many details. But he gives you enough to let you know that something went down that he didn't appreciate, Haynes said about Derozan's 2021 free agency. Derozan has already begun talking with the Lakers about a new deal, per Haynes in a live stream on July 1. But The Athletic's Jovan Buha reported on July 2 that there is a hold-up over the compensation the Bulls would receive in such a deal. Derozan has spoken openly about believing he was going to the Lakers before joining the Bulls in 2021. They traded for Russell Westbrook instead. Derozan has since left the door open to playing for the organization. But that has had little impact on his current plight even amid interest from James. James is willing to take a pay cut to open up that MLE for a player like Derozan, per Buha. There's still nothing going on. Demar is kind of in limbo right now. Because Chicago, they're to move off of Zach LaVine's deal. That's been their stance for over a month already, is that they want to move LaVine. And then, if Demar is still available, they will shift focus to him to see if there's something that can be done. But the DeMar DeRozan tenure in Chicago is over. Haynes expressed similar sentiments to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski about DeRozan's market. "I think there's interest in DeMar DeRozan. But the kind of contract that he might want just is not going to be available. It's not left out there in the marketplace. The Bulls are more than willing to work on a sign-and-trade agreement to get him the years and money that he might want," Wojnarowski said on SportsCenter on July 2. "It may look like a one-year deal somewhere, let the market reset next year. If you do a sign-and-trade, it's gotta be at least 3 years. Now you're looking at a 3-year deal at a number you may not like. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of DeMar DeRozan? Leave your opinion in the comments.